Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Western Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Just a couple of announcements before we get started. We're going to hear from a few universities tonight who will be sharing with us a lot of great information about their respective colleges and ask them questions. They're here to answer your questions, so you can use the Q&A button on your screen at any time to ask questions of our presenters, ask about their particular campus, the application process, really anything related to college admission is fair game. Your camera and your microphone are turned off, so the panelists won't be able to see or hear you. So the Q&A feature is the best way, or really the only way you have to interact with them. Also, this is just one of many sessions that have happened as part of this College Fair series. You can find the others recorded online in about a week. And then in May, there will be a transfer College Fair series. You can register for those too, all at the same website where you signed up for this, strivescan.com/WACAC. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from the University of Southern California, USC.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Chelsea Klockman. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm one of the admission counselors at the University of Southern California. A big fight on to you all. I have 6 minutes to talk about USC. Before I jump in, my wonderful friend and colleague Jordan is helping behind the scenes, so please feel free to ask your questions. But with that, we will get right into it. So USC is a large private research institution, and now I am biased, but we are located in the heart of the best city in the world, Los Angeles, and I say that as a born and bred New Yorker. We have 20,000 undergraduate students. Now, for those of you sitting there thinking, oh my goodness, Chelsea, 20,000, that is such a large number. I want you to pay more attention to the other numbers that you see on the screen here. So we have a student to faculty ratio of 8:1 and an average class size of 26. So when we talk about what makes USC USC, it is what you see here on the screen. I'm going to talk very briefly about each of these points, but I encourage you to sign up for one of our virtual information sessions too, and where they will go much more in depth. Jordan will post a link in the chat. But I'm going to start with our academic opportunities. So we have 17 different schools and colleges under the umbrella of USC. We have 1 liberal arts college and then 16 professional and visual and performing arts schools. We have over 180 majors, over 250 minors. The strength and the beauty of USC does not lie in one specific school or department, but really the way that they are all interconnected. One of the hallmarks of a USC education is what we call interdisciplinary studies, which simply means being able to study more than one thing. And our students really take advantage of this. Roughly half of our students have a double major, some have 1 major and 1 minor, some have 1 major and 3 minors, that really allows students to tailor their education and sometimes study very disparate subjects. Another one of our academic opportunities that students really take advantage of is research. We are the 2nd largest private research university in the United States. We have over 40 different research centers on campus. All of our faculty are doing research across all academic disciplines. Students can get involved as early as their freshman year, and there are several different ways students can participate and funding for research opportunities. So shifting gears, I want to talk about our global perspective. This is really infused into the USC experience. 15% of our student population are international students, and there are students from over 120 different countries represented on campus. In non-pandemic times, at any given moment, there are 2,000 undergraduate students studying abroad. We have programs in over 50 different cities, 5 continents, and these study abroad programs vary in length. So students can find study abroad opportunities either related to their major, not related to their major, and lasting different times throughout the year. It's really fun to think about where we can study all over the world, but we have an incredible learning environment right in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is America's 2nd largest city, and the best way I've heard it described is a city of cities. So there are so many different communities all within the geographic boundaries of Los Angeles. And with average temperatures in the upper 60s to 70s year round, it is both an incredible city to live in and a fantastic place to pursue higher education. It's home to pretty much every budding industry, and our location is something that students really take advantage of, both for leisure and professionally. And while it's really fun for students to explore Los Angeles, we have an incredibly vibrant campus life. USC is a residential campus. It is a 24/7 kind of environment. There are always different things going on. We have housing for the first 2 years. About 98% of our first year students live on campus, although it's not required. We have over 1,000 different student clubs and organizations. We have NCAA Division I athletics with 21 varsity teams. Our most popular is football, although basketball was very exciting for us this year if you followed March Madness. All of this is really wrapped up in what we call the Trojan family. This is our student and alumni network. We are over 400,000 members deep and located worldwide. We like to say it's lifelong and worldwide membership, and it is something that students stay a part of long after their time at USC. Now, shifting gears, I want to talk briefly about our admission philosophy. We use holistic admissions, which means there are no minimums to apply. Decisions are never based solely on numbers. Each of you has a specific admission counselor at USC that works with your high school. Jordan is going to put a link in the chat, and you can just type in your high school and find the admission counselor that works with your specific school. When students apply to USC, they apply using a common application. If you're just starting your college search process, this is a centralized application. Over 800 schools use it. It allows you to apply to multiple schools using one common application. When a student selects USC as one of their schools, this populates a specific USC supplement with questions that are only seen by USC. Just a quick note, this past year, USC was test optional for the first year. We will remain test optional for the next 2 admission cycles. So that's for the 2022 to 2023 academic year and the 2023 to 2024 academic year. At USC, we do not have early decision or early action programs. If you've never heard of these before, early decision and early action are programs where students can apply early. We have 2 admission dates. We have a priority deadline December 1st and a secondary deadline January 15th. And I think I am close to my time, so I'm happy to answer more questions about that in the chat. Last but not least, please follow us on social media at USC Admission, and I will be back later on to answer questions, and I will be around in the chat as well. Whew, I think I did it.
You made it. Thank you so much, Chelsea. Up next, we're going to hear from the University of the Pacific.
Hi, give me 1 second. Okay, my name is Chandra Bird. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions for University of Pacific. We're located in Stockton, California. It's Northern California. We actually have 3 campuses. All of our undergrad programs are housed in our Stockton location. In San Francisco is where our Dagoni School of Dentistry is, and at our Sacramento campus is where our McGeorge School of Law and our Physician Assistant program is housed. If you're not familiar with Stockton or Northern California, I'm located actually in Southern California. It's a totally different environment as far as climate, scenery. You have that feel of being outside of California, but still have a lot of benefits of California as a whole. We are WASC accredited, regionally accredited, and we have been since 1949. In 2018, we actually received accreditation, which is good through 2027. Our School of Business is accredited through the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools and Businesses, and our Computer Science and Engineering programs are accredited through the Accreditation Board of Engineering and Technology. We do have additional program specific accreditation. You can get more information on our website. If anybody's interested, I can drop a link later on. One thing I definitely want to bring up is the University of Pacific's, our community believes that diversity, equity, and inclusion are essential to the fulfillment of our institutional mission. We value inclusiveness in learning, curricular and co-curricular programming, campus climate, recruitment, admissions, hiring, and retention. We actually have our Intercultural Student Success, abbreviated ISS, which is home to our Asian American, Pacific Islander, and Desi Student Success, our Black Student Success, Latinx and Native American Success, and the Gender Equity Center, as well as the Private Resource Center. All of them are housed under our ISS spaces. which serves as a home away from home for our students, not only for support if needed, but also for activities, involvement, just a plethora of different things are sponsored by ISS. Here at University of Pacific, we actually offer over 80 programs, which are across 11 schools and colleges. As you can see, I'm not going to go through all of them, countless options. Some of our most popular programs are our pre-dental program, our pre-pharmacy program, engineering, computer sciences, business as a whole. Those are some of our more popular programs. But again, you can find all of our programs listed on our website. We are an NCAA Division I school. We do have 17 men's and women's sports, as well as over 150 clubs and organizations. Paying for college, which is always something that's on the forefront of your mind when you are starting that pursuit of finding a college. We help put all of that, help put you at ease by offering scholarships, grants. We do accept federal financial aid. One thing I will point out is Pacific alumni earn the second highest salaries of all California schools and universities. As far as our scholarships, we actually automatically consider you for one of our 4 merit scholarships with your application for admissions. There is no additional process that needs to be done. It is done automatically with your application. We do a holistic review of applications. So we don't just count you out because you may not have a certain GPA. We are test optional. Last year, we are planning to be test optional next year. And again, it is something that we do individually read each specific application. As far as your admissions director is assigned, they work with you throughout the process, and they are also the ones that will be reading your application. Here we do have early application. It is typically in mid-November. This year it was, last year it was November 15th. It'll be right around that same time. Then our regular application deadline, I will put a note. We do have a couple of programs that you do have to apply by the early decision, which is our pre-pharmacy and pre-dental program. All other programs, regular deadline. All we require is your application, transcripts. We do not charge an application fee at all. You can apply by either our internal app, which is our Thriving Student application and located on our website, or you can utilize the Common App. There's different ways that you can get to know University of Pacific during this time. We have virtual tours, virtual visits that you can participate in. All of the information, again, is what is located on our website. In addition to that, we are part of all of the social media platforms. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, also Zini is definitely a really good way to stay in the know and know what's going on with us. And with that, I appreciate your time. I can answer any questions in the chat now if you'd like.
Thank you so much. And next we'll be hearing from Vanguard University.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm going to share my screen here for you all, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so I am joining you here from Vanguard University. We're located in Orange County here in Southern California. We're right in the heart of Orange County. There are so many opportunities for you on campus, but also our area is amazing. We're about 10 minutes from the beach, 20 minutes to Disneyland. So definitely a great place to go to college, and we'd love to have you. Just a little bit of background. Here at Vanguard, we have about 1,700 undergraduate students. So we're a little bit of a smaller university. We're private and we're a liberal arts university. A few things that I just want you all to gather from my presentation is that we promote academic excellence here at Vanguard. That's something we're very passionate about. But we also want to help you grow personally and grow spiritually in your relationship with Christ. We are a Christian university. And on campus, because we're a smaller university, we have a very tight-knit and welcoming community that is so much fun to be a part of, and there are so many ways to get involved. All right, just a little bit of history for you all. Vanguard was founded in 1920. I know that 2020 was a significant year for all of us for a lot of different reasons, but here at Vanguard, we were celebrating our 100-year anniversary. So we were definitely looking back at God's faithfulness throughout the past 100 years, and we're excited for what's to come here at Vanguard. In the background of this picture, you can see our new WA Student Center. This opened last February, and it was sort of a anniversary / birthday gift to ourselves and to our students to celebrate. It's a beautiful building that has a lot of amazing spaces for students to hang out and to build community on campus. We have a new cafeteria, coffee shop, all of those fun things in there as well, and a new fitness center and event space. So I know that our students are loving using this space this past year. In regards to academics here at Vanguard, like I said, we want to prepare you to be a professional in whatever field you're going into. One unique thing about Vanguard is our average class size is about 21 students. So when you come to Vanguard, you'll probably be taking some general education classes that are a little bit larger, but especially as you start to narrow down in your major, your classes get smaller and you're really able to build deeper relationships with your professors. They love getting to know our students and they want to see you be successful. Our student to faculty ratio is 16:1, so just know that you're going to get that one-on-one with your professors, and they really do care about our students here at Vanguard. In regards to academic programs and areas of study, we have 39 different programs on campus. Some of our most popular majors are biology, kinesiology, psychology, business, and communication. But if you're interested in studying something else on campus, like I said, we have a lot of great opportunities and you're going to get a great education no matter what you end up majoring in. In terms of our spiritual climate on campus, we have so many different ways for students to grow in their faith. You'll be able to grow in your faith within the classroom, but we also provide opportunities outside of that, including chapel services, praise and worship nights, devotional groups and Bible studies that you can be part of, and service opportunities. Our students will serve here locally in Orange County and also globally, and we do have study abroad opportunities available in the summer and for a whole semester as well, if that's something you're interested in. In order to get involved on campus, it's definitely up to you to put yourself out there, but we have 125 different intramural sports teams and campus clubs that our students are able to be part of. They range from outdoorsy clubs like hiking and surfing to our cultural clubs on campus. Those are some of our most popular clubs, and we definitely want to promote diversity on campus and help students learn about cultures that are different from their own. We also have clubs based off of major, we have student leadership opportunities, and we have campus-wide events that happen that all students are able to participate in. If you're interested in being involved in athletics, not just at the intramural level for fun, but at the varsity level, these are the sports that we offer on campus, and we do offer athletic scholarships. We also offer scholarships for being involved in music and theater as well, so those other talent-based scholarships. Now, if you guys are interested in applying to Vanguard, if you're a current senior and you haven't applied yet, this is where you can go to do that. We typically have a $45 application fee, but you can use the name of our mascot, Samson, in all capital letters to apply for free, which I can drop in the chat. We'd love to have you apply. And then your admissions counselor will be reaching out to help you complete your application. This year we were test optional, and I anticipate that that will continue in the future. But these are some of the other items that we'll need in order to get you a decision and a potential scholarship here at Vanguard. In terms of financial aid, we want you to know that we don't want finances to be a barrier for you to be able to attend Vanguard. 98% of our students receive financial aid. Actually, 100% of our incoming freshman students receive financial aid. So we definitely want to make sure that Vanguard is an affordable option for you and your family. And just know that our scholarships for incoming freshman students range from $8,000 to $25,000 per year. Thank you so much for letting me share. And if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to us.
Thank you so much, Jordan. And next we'll hear from Lake Tahoe Community College.
Hi, everyone. We are the only community college presenting here today. And a lot of times people don't quite consider community college, but it is a fantastic option if you are interested in transferring and then saving money, which is incredibly, incredibly important for your future. I mean, I thank myself every day for not taking out college loans and for being able to get through and even my master's on scholarship, because I have a lot more freedom now at my age to take different jobs, explore, etc. So Lake Tahoe Community College is located in the Lake Tahoe Lake Basin, just about 10 minutes from the Nevada border on the south side of the lake. So we're in South Lake Tahoe. These pictures are actually from classes that we're doing at the school. And so wilderness education is something I really enjoy talking about because it's one of our super unique programs. And if you weren't quite sure what you wanted to do, it would be a fantastic option because it almost feels like a gap year. I'm actually super sunburned because I just finished wilderness whitewater rafting this weekend. And it was a fantastic time. Really, really interesting class. I learned a ton. So we have about 2,000 students enrolled at any time, including students that are half online. So when we talk about just the in-person students, that makes our population pretty small. The town itself has 21,000 people, but we're not very far from Sacramento and from Reno, Nevada. So you can easily go to other major cities. We have 31 associate's degrees and 28 technical ed certificates, and we're on a quarter system. So we're one of 3 of 116 California community colleges that are on a quarter system. And just like UC Berkeley is on a quarter system, or the UC schools are often on a quarter system. Our housing exists as of last year. We have a housing complex not too far from campus, and it's $675 a month, which is incredibly cheap for the town that we're in. It's also incredibly cheap given the price of dorm housing in a lot of other colleges. And it includes snow removal, just so you know. It's important because we get pretty heavy snow up here some years. And most of our textbooks in our courses are zero cost, so open source, which is wonderful because you can save a lot of money. We have transfer admissions guarantees with a lot of colleges. So if you, if you want to go to a UC, if you can earn a certain GPA and you're doing well in your college experience, you are 8 times more likely to get into a UC school as a transfer student. And if you go in as a transfer, you'll have saved 2 years worth of money, and you will end up having that degree, that 4-year degree that says UC Berkeley or UC Davis in the end. You could also transfer anywhere else. So our credits are highly transferable. And if you're looking to go to school in California, it's a great option. So our courses build on each other. And if you started a 4-year school, typically you need to get the whole degree. It's all or nothing. So if life happens or COVID happens or something, and you don't finish that 4 years or don't finish on time, and you have to take a break, you don't really have any kind of degree to show for it. But our certificates and degrees are kind of nested. So you take a certificate and maybe that takes about 2 quarters. So, like spring and summer. And then all of a sudden you have a certificate. And then you earn a 2-year degree or another certificate on top of it, and then a 2-year degree, and then a 4-year degree after that. So you always have something to take with you, which is wonderful because you can get jobs in the meantime. Or just keep building experience. We have meta majors, so if you're not decided on what you want, You just select a group of subjects and then you start exploring within that group, which is nice because some people find it really intimidating, or they think they know what they want, but they don't. Like I personally change majors and a lot of other people do as well. So this is an option. We have certificates in technical education, and we have a variety of that. This is just listing a handful of them. But then we also have associate's degrees. And this isn't everything. It's just a sampling. And after my presentation, I'll throw a link in the chat so you can look at our whole course catalog, which isn't exactly huge. We're a pretty small school. Wilderness is one of my favorite programs because you take just a handful of units. These are like 16 unit certificates. So that could be accomplished in 1 or 2 quarters. And you have these credentials to go get a job. And they're nationally and internationally recognized, which is really awesome. And they're super fun too, mostly outdoor education based. We also offer 4-year degrees on our campus. We've partnered with Washington State University and Brandman University to offer different degrees that you can take here. And we also have a partnership with Sierra Nevada University or college, which is in Incline, Nevada. And you can take those courses on our campus. We have a 1-year fire academy. And after that, you can get, sorry, I just switched. But after that fire academy, you can get really good jobs. And it's just 1 year. We do ice rescue in that program. And we have forestry on its way. So that's another lucrative career that you could get into that's environmental science based, but also includes a lot of outdoor education. So we're building that starting this year. And then there's a lot of advantages. If you're a California student, you can get up to 3 years completely for free. So you definitely want to take advantage of our opportunities. If you're not a California student, there's a lot of money out there, just so you know. So it's a great place to explore different topics and find your passion. And I'd be happy to answer any and all of your questions. Thank you so much for your attention. This is my contact information if you're interested. Thanks so much for coming.
Thanks a lot, Elizabeth. And our last presenter this evening will be from Fresno Pacific University.
Hello, I'm actually not too sure my video is not enabled.
We can see your screen, Jacob.
Okay, great, awesome. Well, I'll go ahead and get started. Hello, everybody. My name is Jacob Sandoval. I apologize for my video and screen to see me, but I'm an admission counselor here at Fresno Pacific University. Speaking of our location and where we are located, we are in Central Valley here in Central California. As you can see, we're in close proximity to 3 national parks: Yosemite, Kings Canyon, and Sequoia National. Also in close proximity to the coast, Pismo Beach, Central Coast, Monterey Bay, and up north. So a lot of opportunities to connect outdoors. And we are the only type of institution, we're a private Christian college, and we are the only type of institution that we provide this experience in this area. We are, as mentioned, a private Christian college. We have a little over 1,000 traditional undergraduate students at our main campus. We do have 5 campuses located throughout Central Valley, but specifically talking about our traditional undergrad students who are typically seniors looking to go fresh out of high school to a 4-year or potentially transfer students. This is the main experience that we'll be touching on today. So it really calls for a relatively more intimate, connected, community-like experience at Fresno Pacific, being that our campus size is relatively smaller in comparison to other private Christian colleges as well as public as well. Our academics and reflecting that size, 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We have over 100 areas of study, 40 majors, 38 minors. Our average GPA for our current students is a 3.4, which you might think that is high, and it might be, yes, but we are ensuring that we are providing all the resources and services needed for our students to succeed in the classroom. 81% of faculty have terminal degrees, meaning they have the highest degree in their respective field. And just know that we do not allow TAs or graduate assistants or graduate students to teach our courses. So just know what you're paying for is quality education that is being taught by experienced and knowledgeable professors in their field. A little bit about distinctive majors that we have at Fresno Pacific. We have nursing, liberal arts, and software engineering. These are just 3 of the many programs and majors that we offer, but nursing being one of our newest majors that we're starting to offer, which is kind of a big deal, being that not a lot of private colleges or private Christian colleges at that offer this program or the nursing experience for students. So we are very excited to have this opportunity for students who are interested in nursing. Our first cohort is starting next year in the fall of 2022. So very excited. Liberal arts being another major popular major as well. Just preparing our students to be CSET ready or educator ready to get into those credential programs. And our software engineering, one of our newer majors as well, and providing opportunity for preparation for life after college. Essentially, you're coming to get an education to land your dream job. And so we are prepared and equipping our students in the classroom for not just during college, but for life after. Graduate in 4 years guaranteed. Yes, that is great. Going to a 4-year university, you would anticipate finishing in 4 years. Sometimes that is not the case. As mentioned, life happens, things happens. Look at this pandemic, for example. And so there are, situations and circumstances where life gets in the way. You're not able to finish in 4 years. However, being able to provide this opportunity for students to graduate in 4 years guaranteed is what we strive for students here at Fresno Pacific. There are some conditions that you need to maintain throughout your years here at Fresno Pacific. That's like 15 to 16 units per semester, meeting with the academic advisor every semester to make sure that you're taking the right courses and staying on track, being in good academic and behavioral standing. And so these are just some of the few conditions to maintain throughout, but we can strive to help you get in and out and graduate in 4 years. Our community life, again, as mentioned, very community-based, being that we're a small campus, calls for a lot of opportunity of connection and community with one another, not just amongst our students and peers, but our faculty and staff all together. We're one big community. So student events, intramural sports, which are like not our college athletics, but just, fun lunchtime activities, grabbing a group of friends and playing some games, our athletic games, our worship events, clubs, and on-campus trips. So just taking an opportunity to get away from, schoolwork, tests, studying, and just enjoying community on the road. Our spiritual life, having opportunities to connect spiritually and develop, whether that is college hour, we have chapel, student ministries, multicultural ministries, and mission and service trips, which some mission and service trips can be found in our study abroad opportunities, where they range from 2 weeks in the summer or a couple weeks in the summer to semester or even the whole academic year studying abroad. And so this just really calls to what we value in service of our mission and service as a private Christian college, as well as exploring the differences in other places of the world. Athletics, NCAA Division II, competing in the Pac West Conference. We have men's and women's sports. Definitely opportunity. What we like to say, possibility happens here. And so students who might not think that they are college athletic ready, college athletic capable, believe me, there are so many testimonies of student athletes that have thought the same way and have been able to continue their athletic careers at Fresno Pacific. So definitely opportunity to continue that athletic opportunity and continue playing the sport you love, but also coming and check out the athletics. It's a big part of college, the college experience, and rooting on your fellow, classmates and teammates. And here at Fresno Pacific, our Sunbirds. And so we take pride in providing our athletics opportunities for students to be involved in and to also be a part of. We also have our choral and instrumental ensembles, definitely opportunities for scholarship here. Our theater as well. Definitely opportunities for scholarship. And just a little bit about what we're looking for freshmen. 3.1 GPA ballpark. We do encourage students who may have lower than a 3.1 GPA to still apply. Application fee waiver is available, which I will provide in the chat after this presentation. But we also provide, again, opportunity for scholarship, any range at application between 7,000 to 16,000, and that is dependent on your GPA. So we do provide initial academic scholarships amongst our performance scholarships with athletics, music, and theater. A little bit about financial aid. Several opportunities for you to contribute to your costs, tuition and fees, room and board. Many different ways. We do accept FAFSA. We have our private donor scholarships, our grants, our academics, our performance as mentioned, as well as on-campus job opportunities. And again, 98% of students receive financial aid. No one pays the ticket price to Fresno Pacific University, so just know that. And we're the #1 most affordable Christian college university in the West. Getting started, applying here at Experience FU, I will provide a link in the chat. There's a $40 application fee. I will provide a fee waiver, which is my name, Jacob. And we do look for high school transcripts, college transcripts if you've attended, and we are test optional for the next year as well. And thank you for listening to my presentation, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions when the time comes.
Thank you so much, Jacob. And we have just a few minutes left, so I'd like to invite each of our presenters to come back on, and if they could each share just one bit of advice to someone who's just starting their college search process, which I guess is all of you. So let's start with Chelsea from the University of Southern California.
My first piece of advice is to do your research. You know, especially right now, there's so many opportunities to connect virtually. So making sure to look into the schools, attend virtual programs. I think it's a great idea to connect with current students, admission counselors, ask all your questions. Don't be afraid to ask any questions. We want to talk to you. We want to help you through this process. And then my other piece of advice is really find the school that fits you. Remember that you have agency in this process. So finding that school that fits you versus trying to fit yourself to a school or what you think the school is looking for.
That's great advice. Thanks. Chandra from the University of the Pacific.
I think my biggest advice that I would share is, as you are researching, like Chelsea said, reach out to the admissions department at that school. It's never too early. Freshman, sophomore, junior, actually the earlier the better. When you find a program that you're interested in, connect with an admissions representative at that school. It does not obligate you to move forward with them, but it's imperative because it allows you to really know what you can do to strengthen yourself as an applicant versus doing a bunch of unnecessary things that don't hold a lot of weight or not taking consideration, and just finding yourself frustrated at the end of the process. So as you're researching, do not hesitate to reach out to the admissions department and start asking those questions, even if you don't know what program you're interested in. If you need guidance on options as far as your interest, you don't definitive on what major you want, never too early. Reach out to admissions as soon as possible.
Thank you so much. We love to answer your questions, so don't be shy to ask them. Jordan from Vanguard University.
Yeah, I totally agree. One reason why I love my job so much is because I get to connect with students and their families. That's something that is really special about admissions. And so we want to walk alongside you in this process as you're trying to figure out what school is best for you. So please reach out with questions. I think for those of you who are freshmen, sophomore, juniors, even seniors at this point in time, start visiting schools here at Vanguard, we are open for on-campus visits, so we'd love to have you. And I think being able to check out these schools that you're looking at in person helps you really get a feel for what they have to offer, if this is where you could see yourself. And also just remember, you're not going to be spending 24/7 on campus. You'll probably be spending a lot of time on campus, but also consider where the school is located and what you're looking for off campus as well, in terms of different activities and opportunities there, whether it's for fun things or for internship and job opportunities. Ask those questions about what connections are available for you. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thanks, awesome. And Lake Tahoe Community College, Elizabeth.
So I know that there can be a lot of pressure about this decision, and it seems like it's going to be the defining thing in your life, and it will have a trajectory influence for you as you go forward. But I want you to know that there are no wrong choices, and college is what you make it. So, be involved, get engaged, do as much as you possibly can when you get there, no matter where you go. Insert yourself in every learning opportunity. Spend time in your faculty's office hours. If you can, get to know them, because you'll learn a ton from that experience. Make friends with people, join a club, join multiple clubs. Why not? I mean, really, it is completely what you make it. And if there's not an opportunity there, this is a really good chance to also practice self-advocacy, and you kind of build your own doors. So, like, let's say you wanted to start a club and they don't have, I don't know, Dungeons and Dragons. You can go build it. So take every opportunity to get involved and be engaged. And that includes, like, with your academics, but really everything else that you learn is, I would say, equally as important. Get a job on campus, get all the experiences out of it that you can. And then also, yeah, do be careful about the debt thing. Because I know so many people take on a lot of money for debt, but a lot of you that, are really motivated students, you're probably going to go to grad school too. So, you got to think about your educational path over the next 10 years and what that's going to look like. And I would just say, kind of try to be mindful of that. I applied to 18 schools, and I went to the one that gave me the biggest scholarship. It was a full tuition scholarship. And I absolutely don't regret it. I got a fantastic education. I made the most out of it. And I think that's a really good piece of advice.
Great, thank you. And lastly, let's hear from Fresno Pacific University, Jacob.
Hi, yes. So just some advice in navigating this college search process. Definitely an exciting time, but can be overwhelming as well. And just echoing a lot what some of the college representatives have mentioned. Research. Do your research on the schools. Look into finances, because there's a lot of private colleges here, but there's a lot of opportunities for students to attend and to stay there that some people don't know. You think you hear private college, you see big numbers. It could be more than what you think. And so do your research, and also look into as you're doing research for schools, that they have services and resources for you, for people like you. You have a lot of different students, a lot of different identities, cultures. Make sure you're going to the campus that's going to support you in your success throughout your years and your future.
Great, thank you. And good advice from all of our panelists. We really appreciate you sharing your experience and all of the information about your own colleges and universities. So thank you so much for our panelists for joining. And thank you so much to all of you, students, parents, and counselors, for joining us. When you close your window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we really appreciate that feedback that you can provide there. Also, in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as recordings of all of the other sessions that have happened online at strivescan.com/WACAC. Thanks again to everyone, and have a great evening.